Hello, welcome. Hashtag Sideline Managers with VB. A very special episode, which we're starting today. Premiere today, actually. That's what they say in the filming world. Over a beer. You know, over a beer. It's we touch on happenings in soccer, specifically this past week, past 2 weeks, past month. Like anything interesting. Like for example, Newcastle was bought by billionaires. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe played Ghana in Ghana. They lost 3-1, but Ghana went to Zimbabwe first. And you know what? We'll talk more about this. And I've got my guest today, Coach Paul Pasha. Pasha, how are you, man?
I'm very good, and you?
It's been a minute, my friend. How have you been?
I've been well.
Okay.
Very, very well.
First things first. Newcastle. Your thoughts, my friend. Newcastle, like
Newcastle. Let's talk about the fans in Newcastle.
Yes.
They were already wearing those Arab clothing.
That's a bit too much now.
Yeah, they were like excited. It's been like
Yes.
they were caged under Mike Ashley's leadership
Yes.
and ownership. They were struggling to compete again. They were a decent team in the 90s.
Yeah.
But the Saudi takeover, that will be like the greatest thing that has ever happened in the team's history. So that will be probably challenging in 2-3 years, unless they go the Man City route of like immediately
Buying the big names,
players
yeah.
and then starting to compete. But I see them challenging in the next 2 years, and it's good for football.
Because in January they are going to buy, right?
Yes.
With the Saudi
With
billion
the Saudi
money,
billion
oil
money.
money.
Yes.
Do you think maybe they might snatch Haaland?
I don't
You
think so.
might
I
hear-
think Haaland, it's far-fetched to think that they can get Haaland. You know, the prestige of the club is not like it's the, but money talks.
But money talks.
Money talks.
Money is money.
And they're already touting for Antonio Conte to take over the reins there. Frank Lampard is also mentioned.
Yeah. Even Zidane.
Zidane
was
is also mentioned there.
Yeah.
And it's all about money. So if they can get some decent players to come in and then get a decent coach, I think they'll be up there. Top 4, top 5.
And us here in South Africa, if we see someone saying they support Newcastle now,
Plastic fans. That would be extremely
but
plastic.
now you definitely hear someone saying my blood has always been black and white.
Black and white.
You know,
Yeah.
since the days of Shearer, Faustino
they'll start
Asprilla,
they'll
you know,
start calling
Ginola.
those- Ginola, they'll
Because
start
as you said, in the 90s, Newcastle gave us a lot of good football
Exactly.
and a
They
lot
were
of
playing
good
well.
players.
Yeah.
And someone said that, but I think it was Benta said that Saudi Arabian man said he wanted a Newcastle, like he wanted a place to stay, Newcastle.
a Newcastle,
And then they went and bought him a club.
Mm.
But then we'll see a still score.
Exactly.
And maybe Newcastle
Yeah.
win the Champions League or the league, or I don't know what happens.
But 2-3 years from now, they'll be up there challenging. That's a definite. Those guys are like richer than all the football club owners in England combined, even in the world combined.
Like he's richer than everyone. Then, but he's not on the Forbes list. Then what's up with
What's
that?
happening?
Yeah.
He's on 320 plus billion pounds.
Imagine.
In pounds. In pounds. Billion, not million.
He
Pounds.
must. Don't they sell national teams? He must buy Zimbabwe Bafana. You know.
Exactly.
Maybe we'll start.
Maybe we'll win a World Cup in Africa. We should win a World
our
Cup
time
in Africa. Exactly.
Because if you check it, with African administrations at times, it's a lot of things. So that kind of money will come with something.
Yeah, we'll come with
Yeah, but interesting on that. And then let's go to Arsenal.
Yeah.
You know, what's dead may never die. I saw this. Remember Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. There was a family like there were these. There were a lot of. Like Game of Thrones was like soccer. Like there was a lot of families fighting for a throne.
Yeah.
And then there were these guys who were always in the sea. So their slogan was "What's dead may never die." Before they went to war.
Exactly. and you see
I saw this Arsenal fans. One Arsenal fan. I think I got it from you. He said, "I will support Arsenal until I die."
Exactly.
Then Benta, I think that was a Manchester United fan who replied. He said, "You are already walking dead.
Exactly.
You are dead because of Arsenal."
What's dead may never die.
But I think it's too far-fetched. Arsenal have done well now.
No,
They've
just
won
deceiving,
3 games, right?
deceiving their fans.
3 games in a row, and they drew their last game against Brighton.
Yes, they drew 0-0.
Do you think?
And Arteta won the manager of the month.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so, yes.
Because from being was dead to reviving like that.
It's
like the last time I said, I think Ateta gave a Mandela speech like, for 4 years I have suffered defeat after defeat after defeat, and finally I start winning. So call me Mandela if you want.
Exactly.
It's better like for him.
Yeah.
And for fans. But do you think Arsenal is going to do anything this season?
No, they'll be back in default settings. Unfortunately, I don't think they have the mental strength to be consistent on a longer period. Yeah. I don't think they'll, maybe top 8, top 7, they might get there, but I don't think they'll do anything special.
Okay, and you know, when I started out my opening monologue, I talked about Zimbabwe, and it's funny, but also sad. Like, I think the administration is not doing something. Something's wrong. Zimbabwe played in Ghana, right? Lost 3-1. Understandably, they were away. Secondly, Ghana arrives in Zimbabwe first. Before the, like, how is that ever even happened anyway? It shouldn't. But honestly, like, a head should roll, or heads should roll. Someone should go. Like.
Exactly, and it wasn't long ago when the FIFA was being suspended. I remember 2015, around that time. Mismanagement, and then they're still continuing in the same trajectory.
Something like this happen.
Again, how do I invite someone into my house?
Exactly. And then they get first.
They get to my house before me. Who's gonna open the gate, the door for them?
So they open the door for themselves. And they open for themselves.
Exactly.
No wonder why they won.
Exactly. When you complain if they steal something.
No.
No
wonder why the Ghanaians won. The Black Stars won in Zimbabwe.
And it's a sad thing, because Zimbabwe football-wise, they've got talented players.
Too much.
But when the management doesn't take care of the players, they'll just play for fun. They're not serious about anything. You owe someone their wages for like 3 months or 4 months, even years. So it's sad, very sad.
And it's one thing which, like, soccer shows like this would want to build, and we want to find solutions. As much as we work on humor, there has to be changes in African soccer. Exactly. There has to be changes, because we need this coming World Cup. Maybe it might be too early to speak, but we also need to do something. We need to win it.
We need to win it.
We need a team which will surpass what Cameroon did in 1990.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yes.
Because it's been 30 years, and we should have built from that.
Exactly.
And but if things like this are happening, I don't see it happening.
And last night, I spoke to some of the Cameroonian guys who always come here. Yes. They were like, why are we not doing things like France are doing things? They are winning the World Cup with African players.
Yeah.
Why can't we, if a player from Zim is born in South Africa and is talented, why not absorb him and put him in the national team? He's got the citizenship. He was born here.
And you know, ironically, when you say that, in rugby, they're doing that.
They're doing that thing.
Look at Beast, Tonderai Chavanga.
Exactly. They're successful.
And they are successful. Because the Springboks are the current world champions now.
3-time world champions.
Yes.
What about the football team?
They must do the same thing.
You
understand?
Yes.
And speaking of that, Bafana beat Ethiopia. Home and away. It's been okay. It's Ethiopia. Ethiopia is not that big.
Yeah.
But honestly,
it's a tough team.
It's a tough team to beat. Like, especially home, and even here, because there's a lot of Ethiopians here. Exactly. Remember the last time the AFCON, they were filling the stadium.
Yes.
And is Hugo Boss the correct guy for the job, or should we not celebrate too early?
I would say let's not celebrate too early, and I won't say he's a good or a bad man for the job. What he's doing there, he's building a mentality that you don't have to play for a bigger club to play for the national team.
Yes.
You need to have the heart and passion for your country. Exactly. That's why he's playing with players from the lesser teams, the so-called lesser teams. Your Skukune have players there. TS Galaxy have players there. And they're starting. All these big clubs that we know, Pirates, Chiefs, Sundowns, lesser players in there. They don't have more players in there.
No, but rightfully so, because Pirates and Chiefs, they are like Manchester United, like we said.
Exactly.
It's history which is there now. But currently,
their players are not fit to be in the national team. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Exactly.
And this thing is working. Using the youngsters from the lesser teams. They want to play for the national team. Give them that chance, and they're proving us
Yeah,
wrong.
maybe next
They're
year we'll see
playing well.
Bafana in the World Cup. and
Exactly.
maybe
2 more games. We only need 4 points
Yeah.
to qualify,
And
so
then
we'll be sorted.
We'll see as it goes.
Exactly.
No, Paul, it's always enlightening speaking to you, man, especially when it comes to soccer. That's your field as a
Yes.
soccer coach. So over a beer, the very first episode, our premiere, a lot of soccer guys will come on. Guys who know what they're talking about. And as I always give an example, not guys who say Bruno Fernandes is better than Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah,
Those are guys who smoke something or who drink something which is
Exactly.
not a beer.
Yeah.
Like we drink beers which are
We don't
SAB
smoke
proven.
things.
We don't smoke things or take other things.
Yeah.
So over beer, we will be speaking. It's going to be a regular thing on our show. #Sideline Managers with VP, and we will just touch on soccer, but on a humorous touch, but at the same time finding solutions to things which will also help African soccer, South African soccer, Zimbabwean soccer, and as a whole. As soccer fans, it's our, soccer. It's our safe haven away from our wives, especially for us married men.
Yeah,
away from Umjolo for you single guys.
Yeah.
Away from academic things for it's a heaven. Soccer. It's something which like for a moment, for 90 minutes, you are in a world of your own. You understand? You know that no one will nag you there. No one will be like, the love making which you promised me when we were dating is not up to scratch.
Not up to scratch.
You understand?
You're failing in your
you're
field
failing
now.
in your field now.
Yeah,
And then you look at others and you tell them they're failing in their own field. Because if you're married, wives will always tell you you're failing in your field.
Yeah, that one is always.
Thank you so much to all those who log in, all those who support the page. You find us, support bring any black business here, any new business. We will support it. We will take it through. Over a beer on #Sideline Managers with VP. Thank you so much.